Hi, good day to you, Cancer. Welcome to Meenakshi Tarot. This is Meenakshi here. Today, this is your reading on the 3rd of August. So if you come across this reading anytime from the 3rd of August, then you were most probably meant to see it. But if the reading is not resonating with you, Cancer, then kindly do not force it to fit. Remember, look at your moon, your Venus, and your rising sign. So those of you that are cross-watching, thank you for watching. So Cancer, let's see what's going on in your situation, past, present, and future. I am reading reversals this time around, guys, and if the reading is longer than my allocated time on TikTok, I will be doing an extended reading on YouTube. Find me Meenakshi Tarot on YouTube. So you've got the 5 of Swords in reverse, 2 of Swords in reverse, 2 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. Death, Scorpio energy here. The Hanged Man in reverse, 9 of Wands in reverse, and you have got the 6 of Cups. So, interesting cards coming up here for you, Cancer. So we see, Cancer, some of you might be going through a conflict situation. And it's almost as though you are being very stubborn and you are being very persistent about things at the moment. Some of you most probably don't want to listen to reason. And, it's like a situation where you would need to take a moment here to reconsider the choices that you are making, because your stubbornness and your refusal to listen is what is causing a lot of the problems in your situation. Some of you might very well be feeling very indecisive about stuff. It could be that. It could be also that there is a lack of foresight from your side. And your stubbornness could be causing you not to realize that you have landed yourself in a spot of trouble here. And you could also feel very betrayed by so-called friends that are not there. There could be some kind of a malicious person, or maybe even somebody who has been betraying confidence or even giving you the wrong advice. So therefore, it's very important that you look at yourself, especially when it comes to your financials. You could be in a bit of a juggling act at the moment. You could be feeling a bit depleted. You could be feeling as though you need to take on extra work and have these extra obligations. But you need to also be very mindful that you have these new opportunities that are coming towards you. And with these new opportunities, it gives you the chance to create a new future for yourself. But you're needing to be very mindful of this energy that you are carrying with this new opportunity. Some of you might be wanting to walk to something better. You might be wanting to walk away from where you are at. You might be wanting to walk away from this conflict situation that you have. And you might be wanting to walk to what you would hope would be a transformation for yourself. However, you need to be very, very careful about the choices that you are making. It's like you have to make decisions to move forward, because the opposite of not doing that is getting yourself into a place of stagnation where there can be boredom. You could be facing maybe depression or anxiety, but it's also a time where you need to really look at what is going on and realizing that you can change the situation. It doesn't have to be the end of the road. You can move towards a different kind of future. You can have a little bit more control over the transformation that needs to happen. And it's very important that you realize for yourself, Cancer, as you are realizing this opportunity to transform yourself and to transform the situation, that you need to look at the role that you are playing in your problem. You need to look at what it is that you are doing that's creating the situation for yourself. You need to be very mindful as well that as much as you want to move forward, it's some part of you is unable to let go of the past. So you kind of causing yourself to stay stuck because you are holding on to something from the past. Some of you might also be feeling as though you are being emotionally blackmailed by somebody to get their own way. And it's almost a case of you realizing that you cannot be blaming yourself or trying to play the martyr in this part, in this situation that has unfolded here, because it seems like a very intense, complicated situation that has unfolded for some of you Cancerians out there. So caution is needed in how you are going to proceed forward. It's important that you also realize that if you want to go to the other extreme of being extremely virtuous with what has happened and feeling as though you've got almost like I said, like a martyr earlier, carrying on with this mindset, you need to realize that you cannot cling to your old ideas. That's not going to suit you anymore. That you need to realize that the way that you are viewing things is becoming very stifling, and that you need to allow yourself to compromise in your situation so that you can be more flexible, especially when it comes to a relationship from the past. This could be some kind of a love connection. So I'm going to have to draw more cards to see what kind of a love connection is this, if this is a friendship, or this is a romance, or this is just a sibling bond for some of you, but some kind of relationship from the past or a long-standing relationship is something that you need to focus on, but you need to also be very mindful that you allowing yourself to become more flexible in how you are facing things. So let's draw some more cards to see what more is it that the tarot can say for you in this situation. Oops. 3 of Swords in reverse fell out here. So we've got 3 of Swords. Let's see what else we can get for you guys. Okay. What else does the tarot have to say here for Cancer? Okay, let's stop here. Okay, High Priestess, Ace of Cups, Page of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, the Devil, Capricorn energy, Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords. This is extremely interesting. So, Cancer. Some kind of conflict that some of you are facing, hey? And this is like, sometimes when you have these love situations, you need to be very mindful of yourself, that this is a situation where you need to learn about yourself in the situation. You need to learn your truth in the situation. You need to learn what is it that you are responsible for, what is it that you can learn from the situation, and also realizing that it's very easy to play the victim when things are not going your way. So it's important that you need to realize that if you have been struggling with issues from the past, that it's time for the healing to begin. It's time for you to start to feel better emotionally, physically. Some of you might be having some thoughts and dreams about a love situation. You might be thinking a lot about it. There might be a deep attraction for somebody. Some of you might also be thinking about maybe looking at how you are facing things and maybe having a more innocent energy towards a domestic situation, and allowing, it's like you could be having somebody who's a very hardworking somebody but you don't see them as an equal. You might just see them as a child in the situation. As very often in some relationships where one partner will disregard the other partner as behaving like a child or being like a child. But this is a relationship that has a lot of happiness in it, and there's a lot of good fortune in this relationship. Things are going very well. You could have a Capricorn person in your space, but there could be a situation where there has been a lot of thoughts, a lot of words, and you may be finding that this person has been a bit of a hard-headed person. So Cancer on TikTok, I'm stopping right here for my reading. If you want to carry on watching, You can find me on YouTube. So goodbye to my TikTok people. So as we are seeing here on YouTube, that this person that you're dealing with is a very intense person and could be a very stubborn person, but also very straightforward and somebody who knows very much what they want. So you have the situation where you are dealing with the strong energy person and you're needing to come to terms with how the situation is being at the moment. Okay, let's draw some more cards here for you, Cancer, and see what more can we say. Let's see what more can we say. Let's see what more can we say. Okay, Cancer. Okay. Six of Wands in reverse. Four of Swords. The Magician in reverse. Six of Swords. This was Four of Swords. Six of Swords. Knight of Cups. Judgment. The Wheel of Fortune. You've got the Wheel of Fortune twice in this reading. Capricorn energy, the Devil reverse, and Eight of Wands. Very interesting cards that you have before you here, Cancer. So, you know, everything in itself has its own meaning, and we have to look at it in its totality. You may not have a Capricorn person in your space, but the cards do have their own meaning. So you are most probably right now, Cancer, you know, looking at the situation and just thinking to yourself, will you ever be able to achieve what you want to achieve? And, you know, this could be some kind of a love situation that is going through some kind of dramatic change at the moment. This is a very karmic relationship. This is almost like, it's like a soulmate relationship that is going through a struggle at the moment. And, you know, it's like you're having this, like, almost as the universe is giving you a pause right now. And it's saying to you, don't force matters. You know, take this time to rest, to heal, to allow this relationship to become what it's supposed to be. Try not to force issues, and it's better to just allow yourself to be calm in the situation, because if you're going to force your agenda in this relationship, you are actually not going to get what it is that you want. So instead of you forcing this relationship to be what you want it to be, you need to actually take a moment to pause in order that you can see this relationship for what it can be and not just what you want it to be. So it's important that you realize that you need to be very mindful of this energy that you are carrying. You must also be very mindful that sometimes you could be dealing with some kind of person who you feel is a very fast talker, or sometimes you might just be suspicious of change or situations that are coming towards you. So it's very important that you realize that if new opportunities are being presented to you, that no matter how suspicious that you may feel, you need to question the motives of the why is this happening? Why is that being said? Or why? You need to understand the why. And you need to honor your suspicions, but also just not throw something away because you don't know. You know, if you feel this needs to be investigated, then investigate it. It's important that you do that. Honor your feelings, even if you do have suspicions about something. Honor that and investigate. You're finding yourself moving forward to a more loving situation, maybe even having a second chance in a romance situation. It's almost as though you're coming across with this grand love gesture and having a revival, having a second chance in your love situation. And this is going to allow your relationship to grow, to bloom, you know, moving forward to a more stable relationship than what you had originally envisioned. Things just improving for you on so many levels. We see you are seeing this change happening, the cyclic change happening. As I said, this is a very karmic relationship for many of you. You need to be also very mindful that There could have been, in the beginning, there could have been like this intense passion, and there could have been these intense bonds that held the relationship together. But it's almost as though you are being reminded, and maybe your person's being reminded, to slacken the hold and allow freedom to be felt by both sides. And in a relationship, it's not about having each other in a strong hold, it's about having the freedom to be yourself. And maybe in this situation, it could be a wonderful time for you to break bad habits, maybe overcome challenges that you have, or destructive thought patterns, even addictions. But you must be very mindful of who you are surrounding yourself with, and the information and the influence that you are choosing. New friends, choose with care. Be mindful of that. Basically, you need to be mindful of the company that you're keeping, because you don't want to leave one situation for another bad situation. You don't want to leave literally one prison for another prison, so to say. So the freedoms and the opportunities that you are enjoying must be done in a responsible manner, and allowing things to evolve in a natural state, and also being open to communication. Very important for you, Cancer. So some kind of a soulmate relationship here that's going through a struggling phase needs to be revisited, needs to be recompromised, needs to be given a second chance, a second boost, a second life, even if it's not a love relationship. But it's definitely, you have made some mistakes, Cancer, and you need to re-look at your choices, your friends, your environment, the information that you've received, and has it suited you, and has it done its best in your situation? Are you in a worse situation now because of bad advice? So be mindful of all of that, Cancer. So I wish you all the best. Please take care, and I'll see you guys again soon. Goodbye.